Thank you. First thing, I have to commend the mayor coming out here and calling Voldemort by his true name, Trump. You know, I also want to thank Philly for their incredible hospitality, and also for Out and Equal for allowing me to be here. I would also hope that all of you enjoy this 3-day summit and that it brings you a better understanding through the work of adversity, through compassion and understanding and love. We have our work cut out for us, especially with the current administration. In light of Las Vegas and the UN's decision to ban the death penalty for being who you are, and topping it off, paper towels to Puerto Rico. I mean, are you kidding me? It's ridiculous. I mean, I've faced my share of adversity. We all have. But first, I want you to know that times have changed. Heck, my husband and I will be celebrating our 4th anniversary of being legally married. And yes, I'm proud of that, but those rights are being threatened. This is why we have to come together. Be who we are born to be. Share who we are as human beings, wanting to love and be loved. That's a birthright. First off, let me say that recent news suggests that the current administration in Washington will not support the LGBTQI community in the workplace. To this, I say resist, persist, but mostly exist. We have come too far to allow this, and we have overcome this. If you participate, we have to participate by getting to the ballot boxes. In fact, participation is the key factor in overcoming adversity. I'm a firm believer that you don't achieve greatness on your own. For me, it was my mom. She taught me unconditional love. My coach, Juan O'Brien, he never left my side. My teammates inspired me to be who I was. In my workplace for many years, happened to be performing in front of very large crowds. As most of you know, I was an Olympic diver, making 4 Olympic teams. This feat did not come without adversity. Though I was out to my family and friends, it was generally known that I was gay. I didn't want my accomplishments to be tainted with the gay diver or the gay athlete. I wanted it to be associated with my performance and my challenge of excellence. Back in those days, the diving team, we would travel internationally. It was a very small team. And it was always a debate. I was never invited to this meeting, but it was always a debate. Who was going to room with the fag? And my thought was, you should be so lucky. So I went through competitions where the whole thing was they had a Beat the Fag Club. And then I'd go through dormitories with signs with the Fag Buster sign on it. They thought they could beat me. Since they couldn't beat me on the boards, they could beat me off the boards. Well, I wanted my performance to speak for itself. In 1988, 6 months prior to the Korean Olympic Games, I was diagnosed HIV positive and placed on the only medication that was available, and that was AZT, which I can tell you, it is not a performance-enhancing drug, to say the least. Back then, though, we thought of HIV as a death sentence. And yes, I thought about giving up. locking myself in my house, waiting to die. But people I love encouraged me to strive ahead. So I dived. And guess what happened? I hit my damn head on the board in front of millions of people watching, and my first reaction was embarrassment, because I'm supposed to be a pretty good diver, and pretty good divers don't do that kind of thing. And so I was thinking, how do I get out of this pool without anybody seeing me? But to do that, getting back up on that board, I didn't do it alone. You have to stop and look at who's there, who's pulling you up to reach your goals. And I was able to achieve one of my goals is win 2 more gold medals, 2 out of the 4 that I won. So set some goals, stay quiet about them, smash the hell out of them, then celebrate your damn self. After my diving career, I got very few endorsements that could financially assist me. Some say, and I believe, it was because it was rumored that I was gay. Years passed, I was getting sicker. The adversity was sometimes overwhelming. What did I do? I wrote it down. I also wrote a book called Breaking the Surface and got out what was bottled up inside of me for so many years. You can do the same thing. You may not be writing a book, you may be writing your adversities down, but looking at them, owning them, then doing something about them. Hell, that's just getting them out, takes the power away from that situation. Even before my diving career, I was a young kid, I was ridiculed for having brown skin in a mostly white suburban San Diego town. I stuttered, I'm dyslexic, I was bullied at school, all sorts of things. That led me to depression, anxiety, sadness. Today I know we must embrace our pain and adversity. And it isn't that we fall down. It's about getting back up. The answer was to find a solution, because that is what adversity begs of us. My solution was love. Love of dance, tumbling, acrobatics, which led me to the sport of diving. There I found a sense of inner peace, a sense of accomplishment, and finally, a sense of self. It gave me the capacity to give back to others through my performance. I was really never a competitor. That's not why I was diving. I dived to perform, to show others and myself what is possible through hard work. Giving inspiration to others and through our own achievements is not selfish. It's actually saying, you can do this too. You are good enough to do whatever you love to do. And the more you lend a hand to pull someone else up, the more you're helping yourself and humanity. First of all, be yourself. It's scary sometimes, but communicate respectfully with one another, identifying what the issue is, and then discuss the solution. To the leaders and managers, speak last. Listen with an open heart and open mind. This will give your team a sense of